You're playing The Sims, a game of simulated people living simulated lives in a simulated world, and your sim comes home from a long day at work. He needs to pee, he's hungry, he's dirty, he's lonely, and he's tired. That's okay. There are objects in your sim's home to handle all of those needs. First, you might want to go to the bathroom. Preferably in the bathroom, but really anywhere will do. Then you might want to grab some ingredients from the fridge to prepare a nice hot meal on the stove. Or just eat a bowl of cereal so that you don't burn the house down with your 0 bars of cooking skills. After that, you might want to grab a shower, talk to a few friends on the phone, and then maybe go to bed. Your sim will wake up refreshed and ready to work tirelessly to afford the 100 lawn gnomes you decided to decorate the living room with. Why? Why not? Oh, but I forgot one of the needs. Fun. Sims need fun. Oh, but don't worry. There's an object in your Sim's home to help fill that need, too. A television set. Sure, they could play chess or dance or joke around with friends, but those things have a fun rating of like 3 at most. The only thing with a fun rating of 10 is the enormous wall-sized television. Honestly, it's probably the second thing you'll want to buy after a really nice bed. Sleep and fun are the 2 most time-consuming needs to fill, so you're going to be spending a lot of time in that bed and in front of that giant TV if you want to have a happy life. Or you could slowly drive your sim crazy by making their life a waking nightmare. That's what most people do. Psychopaths. Oddly enough, watching TV is one of the few things your sim will continue doing even after their bar is full. In fact, they'll happily sit and veg in front of the tube with full fun bar while they slowly get hungry, tired, and not infrequently just pee wherever they're standing. Sims don't make good choices on their own. It occurs to me, though, that this whole fun bar business is starting to sound less like a need and more like an addiction. And let me stop there and say that I'm not anti-fun, despite what you may have heard about me. There are lots of fun things I wish I had more time for. But I could spend weeks without playing computer games or watching TV and not go crazy. And when I do sit down to play games, at no point do I feel full. My desire to pursue my hobbies isn't a bar that I need to fill. It's just something that I want to do. And I'm not a Buddhist trying to free myself from worldly desires. I like worldly desires, but really you can have fun doing anything as long as it's something you want to do. Fun isn't something external that you need to add to yourself when it gets depleted. It's the natural consequence of choosing to do things that don't suck. As adults, we don't always have that choice. So it's easy to get caught up in the trap of thinking that there's things that we have to do and things that we want to do, and that they're opposites. Work versus play. But here's the whole point of this rant. Children don't have to think that way. A few videos ago, I talked about how children actually enjoy working hard. The feeling they get from being useful and accomplishing things is naturally desirable to them. It's a kind of fun. They don't need cartoon characters and bright colors and loud noises and other distractions. Distractions from what? Well, distractions from the intrinsic joy they feel just doing what they're doing. This is a scientifically studied psychological phenomenon. When you introduce extrinsic rewards to something, they tend to dilute or replace any intrinsic rewards that existed. When you try to make things fun or add additional rewards to something, you actually make children start to dislike them because they just want the pure fun. They just want the rewards. And the work is a distraction from that fun. They end up like The Sims, always trying to fill a fun bar that never feels full, but definitely feels empty when they stop trying to fill it. I already see that in my 4-year-old sometimes, that need to make everything exciting. And it worries me a little bit. But I want to laugh and play games and watch movies and be silly with my kids. I just don't want those things to distract them from the other joys of life. Which is how this little tangent fits in with Montessori. Montessori's approach to education is designed to encourage intrinsic motivations and discourage extrinsic ones. Maria Montessori wanted to cultivate the inner life and joy of the child, not coerce them into doing or being good for the sake of rewards. But we'll talk about that more practically next time. As always, thanks for stopping by.